What are your experiences of homelessness?
So I personally don't have proper experience of homelessness, but my mom used to be, and so I thought it would be a good idea to take a course. And one of the issues they wanted to tackle was homelessness. And it was a course through the NCS at the time. And they had us emulate homelessness. So for just one night, we were told, like, oh, yeah, we're going to sleep outside and you guys can't have things. And they told us to pack, like, our warmest clothes because it was, like, the dead of winter. And they made us get up every hour on the hour to go for a walk around the block, even in the pouring rain. And it was just, honestly, it was the worst experience of my life. So I would definitely not want to experience it for real if that's what it is.
I didn't think I'd experienced homelessness until one of the other ladies have just said, well, what about when you had to leave your home and then you didn't have anywhere to go, so you were staying at a friend of ours? And I was like, oh God, yeah. So for the last 4 months, I'd been staying at different people's houses, family members, friends, and one thing and another. But after a while, it's just, you always have to think about other people first. And obviously, if you were staying there, you've got to abide by, what they want to watch, what they eat and things like that. So, and I was just getting sick of taking all my stuff and having nowhere to put things, because you always have your little places to put things. And it was then you'd go to another house and then that was different again. And it was just, I can't explain it. You didn't feel at home anywhere. Even though everybody was lovely, very welcoming, it's still, I didn't have a place to call my own, and my things were in bags, and I was like, So, I don't know if you can class that as homelessness, but yeah, that was mine.
Well, my experience of homelessness was when I had a row with my auntie and my cousin. I was 15-year-old and I ended up on the streets. I slept in bin cupboards, old houses, bus stations, anywhere I could, But I just seen another side of people, I thought, well, I'm on the bottom of the list, nobody cares about it. So I died tomorrow, they wouldn't miss me, That's the way I was looking. I even got Salvation Army out about them, and the, what do you call them? Oh, I can't think of the name of the group of people now, would help you out,
Like soup kitchens?
No. The Samaritans, that was it. Samaritans. I phoned them and I was thinking I could talk myself and this and that, Then I got in hospital, ended up in hospital, and then after that, things started to get picked up, everything was picking up. My sister got us a flat and the landlord got us a job. And when I got enough money put together, I decided to come back home. And I've been off the streets ever since, But you just see another side of people you don't believe, what exists. Some people help you, some people just don't want to know you, They just step over you, so a dog is dying in the corner or something like that.
I will say, actually, because of what you said, Pam, I think I might have actually experienced like a mild homelessness once in my life, because you mentioned sleeping on other people's couches and stuff. When my parents divorced, I was forced to stay in my quote aunt's house. It was just a friend of a friend, and we were there for it felt longer than it actually was. My mom swears it was only 2 weeks, but I felt like it was a whole month or more that we were in their house, because you're right, there's just, you don't have your own stuff or anywhere to call your own, and it just sucks.
Yeah, it's not a place I'd want to go back to again, although I'm very grateful to those who helped and what have you, but I wouldn't like to go there again. But that was because of the increase in rent, accommodation, and housing, all that sort of thing. You had to be put on a list and all that carry on, and it just wasn't easy to get somewhere to live. But thankfully I have somewhere now, and I'm starting to feel like me again, and surrounded by loads of me crap, if you want to call it, decluttering and all that sort of thing. But no, I am feeling in a good place. Yeah.
Well, when I look back, I think how the heck I survived, to be honest, on the streets. But I don't think you could survive on the streets now, like, you know.
I think one of the saddest things about homelessness is even if you've experienced it, like you mentioned the prejudice and how people just kind of ignore you and look at you like a dying dog. I know that my mom experienced it, but even she'll be like pulling me away or across the street when we see somebody out with their bags on the road, and it's like, you've been there. How can you still have that animosity towards them? And it's so confusing to me.
Yeah.
Like, why do we do that? Why can't we just help people?
Yeah, I think, I don't know, it's a tough one, isn't it? Because outside of shops, when they're hanging about, and you know what it's used for.
Yeah.
If you give the money, because they won't accept food or anything, but they want money, and you know what it's going to be used for. So it's a bit of,
like-
which are the genuine ones and which are the ones that just need it for other things.
I will say that is one thing that I have found personally. If somebody doesn't accept food, they actually really don't need the help, because food is the one thing that everybody and everyone and every creature can agree food is life.
Yeah.
And water is life. So if you don't need food and water, you probably don't need the help.
Yes, yeah.
But yeah.
I would agree, yeah.